Hi, Kristina. So
Hi.
nice to meet you. We are going to talk about something really relevant today,
Mhm.
which is how to find out who you really are and what kind of job that suits you. You have a long journey behind you, but first, tell us a bit about yourself. You live in Switzerland, right?
Yes, yes.
And
So
you are
I am a jewelry designer and a goldsmith, and I started my company about 3.5 years ago here in Zurich.
yeah.
Um,
Which
and
is your real baby, is your real dream. Now you're doing really what you're passionate about, right?
yes,
Yeah.
yes, it's been a bit of a journey to find out what I really wanted to do, but
And that's, I think, the exciting thing about you, because you did, in a way, the classical thing, what your parents wanted you to do, what everybody did,
yeah.
right? What was that?
So at first I did bachelor in management at University of Lausanne. And I finished my bachelor, and I was gonna go to do a master's degree in accounting and audit, also in Lausanne. And during after finishing my first degree, I had a job at a bank during summer, which lasted about a month. And
Because you were feeling that it wasn't you.
yeah, it definitely wasn't me. It was actually was quite clear in the first week or so. And I think this is where I really asked myself a question: is this really going to be my life? And,
You
am I
had
going
done
to
all
be?
the studies and you had put down so much time and effort into those studies already, right?
Yes, yes.
But
um,
yeah, was it a shock to notice that it had been kind of all wrong?
well, to be honest, I wouldn't say that it was all wrong. So if I had to go back and, make a choice if I would do it again or not, I would probably do it again, because I think that I learned quite a lot in terms of, different basics of management. And also, I think what university teaches you is definitely how can I say, time management. I think
Hmm.
this was number one, and how to be independent. And I think it was an amazing experience, and I would probably do it again. So I wouldn't say that I wasted my time. I That's not true, and I really enjoyed studying.
Yeah.
But studying and working are very different things.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And how did you dare like switching? How did you realize that's I need to do something now, I need to change something now, otherwise I won't be happy?
um, it was honestly, it was a little bit. Now that I remember that time period, it was quite foggy for me. It was like in a dream. So I already by the end of my studies, I already felt like I was missing the creative part of me. I was always creative in school. I did drawing, even kindergarten, and I mean, I always took painting classes, and I always made things with my hands when I was young with my mom. So I think that creative streak always stayed with me. It's just during university, because I didn't have much time, I completely put it aside.
Yeah.
And during that summer, while I was working, I restarted making and drawing, and I started making some jewelry, but quite simple. So it was like beading, and it was, working with some textiles, and I was just trying to do anything.
Okay, and that was what you enjoyed doing every day anyway.
Yes, so I could sit hours without noticing time pass, and I thought to myself, well, actually, this seems right to me, because it made me so happy, and I felt that, holding the product in my hands at the end of, like, I don't know, 2 or 3 days, and I thought, wow, I made something, and I can see it. It's like this tangible result that
Yeah,
has weight.
I can completely understand. What about your surrounding? What did your parents say? What did everybody else say?
I think I'm quite lucky with my parents because they were always very supportive, and they always knew, the creative streak about me. My parents, they are both very creative, but they never had the chance to pursue it, obviously,
Yeah.
because they lived in the USSR. So they were very supportive of my creative side, and when I kind of just thought to myself, okay, if I could be anything, what would I be? And I always loved jewelry, and if I had this moment that I have asked myself, if I could be anything, what would I be doing? And I think jewelry was always fascinating to me. I wore a lot of jewelry, and it's like miniature sculpture. And so I just started researching, how do I become a jewelry designer? And I also always wanted to work with metal, because for me it seemed like it was magic, to be able to solder metal and to form it. And I thought to myself, if I'm going to do this, I want to do this right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And your parents were prepared to support you for a couple of years longer,
Yes,
right? Because you needed
yes,
to study
exactly.
again.
Exactly. So once I've done my research, and I picked a degree that I wanted to do, a school, and I've already had a plan in mind, then I asked them if they could support me in my decision for another 3 years of studying. And luckily they did, which was amazing.
Yeah, that's really, really cool. And what about now? Like, what do you have some pieces of jewelry that you could show us first?
Yes, of course, of course. So I don't know if that's going to be, if that's quite.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
So
That's beautiful.
this is one of my signature pieces. That let me just. This is one of my signature pieces.
Nice.
And so what I specialize in is actually mechanical jewelry. So if you have a look, you can open it,
Ah, cool.
and then let me show you, and then you can close it.
That's beautiful. Wow.
Okay.
That's even more than just, okay, so it's two in one, even.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I have some other ones. For example, this is a ring, and then you can change it.
Oh,
Yeah.
that, how cool is that? And so now you've been doing it for how long? You have your own.
So my company is 3.5 years, a little bit over than that. And then
Mhm.
so with studying, it's about 6.5 years.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you have your own company
Yeah.
in, and you're working in the center of Zurich, right?
Yes. Yes, I have a little studio where, yeah, I've been doing it for 6.5, 7 years now. Yes.
Mhm.
And I produce and design my pieces from A to Z, and they're usually one of a kind pieces, and all produced and made in the studio here in Zurich.
So this is, you're living your dream in a way.
Yes, yes, definitely, definitely.
Said something yesterday about how you wake up in the morning and you feel truly like complete.
Yes, I mean, for me, the amazing thing is, what I've realized is, as long as I can design and make, I feel like this is going to keep me going, because this is what gives me life and energy and excitement,
Yeah.
for what I do. I don't know, it almost kind of gives me a purpose,
Yeah.
which is,
I think that is,
sounds really big, but
mhm. I think that's what it's actually all about when you try to find out what kind of job that would suit you, to try to find your real purpose, your why. It's like, why am I doing this? Does it really give me the energy I need? Does it give me purpose enough? And you said something yesterday which I thought was really true,
Mhm.
that you're the designer of your life.
Yes.
In your
Yes.
case, it's more, but it's yeah.
Yes. I mean, I think, it's been a long way for me to get to a comfortable place with what I do. Of course, it wasn't easy at the beginning when I started. I kind of threw myself into the ocean of, I had to learn everything and I had to start a business from scratch. And without having had much experience in the industry, and it was hard for the first, I would say, couple of years, very hard, and I had moments where I thought, oh my god, what am I doing with my life? But I think this passion for what I do really kept me going. And also, what kind of helped me is also, you know life and people around you. Once you find and pinpoint that thing that makes you, wake up in the morning like, oh my god, I'm excited. Everything kind of starts working towards your dream. People are, you meet the right people, and people around you, they start helping you out,
Mhm.
and support you so that
Yeah,
you can
magic things happen.
get
Huh?
there. Yes,
I
exactly.
think it's the moment when you decide yourself to do something, even if you're afraid of doing it. It might feel completely scary because it's not the standard way and you don't have the guarantee for anything. But
Yeah.
when you decide to do it anyway, because you're so
Mhm.
excited about your idea, all of a sudden people start believing in you as well, and helping you.
Yes, exactly. And also, life, it just works in a mysterious way. Like you know whenever I'm, trying to maybe do an event or something, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, I need this much money, and I'm not sure if I can pull this off, and I want to do this. But as soon as you kind of put that, put that concrete idea out there, somehow clients come, more money comes in, and then you find resources to make that happen.
Yeah.
It's very strange, but it's true. And as, like, I think with experience you start more and more trusting yourself, and also trusting life,
Mhm.
that it will bring you to a place where you need to be. And if your intention is true, and if it's about love and passion, and doing what you love the most, it will happen. And I think it's just a matter of time, and it's about being persistent. I think for me, what really helped me throughout the years is that I just kept going for it. No matter how bad my days were, I was like, okay, you know what? I will just go to the workshop and make something.
So many keywords. What you just said, like this persistence thing, is so true. It's like the only big difference between the ones that succeed and the ones that don't is that so many give up when
Mm,
the problems start coming, because they always do. They give up, and only the ones that really, really continue and believe in their ideas and keep going, they will actually
mhm.
succeed in the end.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think if you keep doing something long enough, you are bound to succeed at it. I
Yeah.
mean, it's just a matter of time. Um,
It's
yeah,
about believing in yourself and in your ideas.
yeah.
And like you said, strange things start happening
Mhm,
just because it's your inner decision. So
mhm.
it's probably this visualization. You have this idea, you send it out, all of a sudden you start getting methods, or orders in your case, or meeting people that know someone that helps you, and things start solving themselves,
Yes.
you know,
Somehow.
somehow, just because you're so convinced and you keep wanting this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, do you have a piece of advice for someone who doesn't have a passion? What would you do if you didn't have that passion?
I think that the main thing is probably going out there and trying things. Just notice what excites you the most. Maybe some kind of idea. and you just go and you put yourself in that situation where you're doing that, and it doesn't have to, be a dramatic change straight away. I think that it's also very important to feel to have some kind of security in a way. So if you are working on one job which is safe and secure, but you're not sure if you
Uh-huh.
like it,
Uh-huh.
instead of quitting
Yeah,
and
yeah.
going,
To be too early.
maybe try do it in your free time, or maybe start doing something part-time,
Mm-hmm.
and then you slowly will figure out what you enjoy. I think
Yeah.
only by trying you will know what you like and what you don't like.
Mm-hmm.
um
But you
that's
would
what
also say be brave enough to change. It doesn't matter if you're in the beginning or in the middle, when you feel that it's not your
yeah.
heart topic, you should.
And also, it is never too late to change. I think it doesn't matter how old you are,
Yeah.
and it doesn't matter if you've done one degree and you want to do something else. I think um we are, a lot of the times we're constrained by what is like acceptable in the society or in our circles. But I've seen so many incredible people and incredible stories of people who've changed fields completely, and much later in their lives, and they're very successful. So I think everything's in your hands. It's about making that step.
Yes.
And
And
you
how
know
amazing isn't that when you wake up in the morning and you know that you've found your purpose? You know that you're working with what you want to be working with, what makes you happy. And then obviously you do it good. When you do something you enjoy doing, you do it much better than if you are just kind of
yes,
obliged to do something.
definitely.
And I guess also talking to people that are working in a field completely
Yes.
different to yours might be a way as well.
Yes, I mean, also going out, meeting people from the fields that might interest you.
Yes.
Yeah, speak to them, see what their day is like, see what their tasks are like, see how they work, what environment they work in. And yeah, I think definitely the more information you can get
Yeah.
about the fields that you might be interested in, the better.
And I often think back about what you did when you were small, a child or a youngster. What in your teenage years? What was the thing that you enjoyed doing the most? What were you maybe really good at?
Hmm.
And make that into your
Yeah.
job. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, for it is quite quite silly to say. I mean, I didn't know that jewelry was my passion until like I was 23 or 24. But I can tell you that the first year that I moved to Switzerland, I went to boarding school, and I found a photo of my room that I lived in,
Yeah.
and I had the whole wall was in jewelry ads that I took out of magazines. I ripped out, and the whole wall was in like jewelry and different pieces of jewelry. And it's crazy that it was at least 12 years later I saw that photo and I thought to myself, oh my god, the signs were all there.
You were around 12 when you had all
Yeah.
those jewelry.
Yes,
Wow.
my whole wall was in jewelry ads.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, when I took the art class in boarding school, I did drawing and I did,
Mm-hmm.
I was very creative. I always thought that I wasn't good enough to do it. I thought to myself, and I remember Central St. Martin's, they came to do, so that's a university that I went to study in London. They came to do a presentation in our boarding school.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought to myself, oh my God, it's the school where, Galliano went to. And I mean, it would be such a dream to go there. It's
Mm-hmm.
amazing. And then I remember that voice of doubt. And I felt, but, it's not for me. I'm probably not creative enough to do this. And I always had that voice that stopped me
Yeah.
until very late, where I
Mhm.
was 23, 24, where I allowed myself to dream about this.
And
And
you
I
know,
went
you
for it.
say 23, 24 is late. I would say you can be 43, 44
Yeah,
and still
exactly.
do it. Yes,
But
that's
it's just, yeah, it's just if
fact
you
that
think,
what did you really enjoy doing as a child or early teenager?
yeah,
Then being brave enough to change and then being persistent and really keep going.
yeah.
There is nothing that really can go wrong, I would say.
So, I feel like I've almost, I mean, maybe wasted a lot of time. It's not the right way to put it, but I I probably wasted a lot of years doubting myself.
Yes.
And of course, I am a firm believer that everything happens at the right moment, at the right time, And when I made the decision, I was ready,
Yeah.
and I had the psychological capability to take that step and to overcome my fear, And but
That's another big thing. That's true. You need you need to overcome your fear. You need to there is this saying, do the thing that scares you the most because that's going to make you grow the most. And
yes,
it's like but of course it's scary, but still that is
yeah,
our biggest enemy is our
fear,
fear. Yes.
yeah. So the one of the most important advices is look at little things and little signs which might seem irrelevant.
Yes. Yes.
Sometimes they are the key.
Yes, exactly. And think back about how you felt. When were you really happy doing what? Try to make that into your job. Wow, thank you so much. It was great
You're
talking to
welcome.
you
You're
and
welcome.
continue enjoying your job that much. That's great.
Thank you for having me. I mean, I hope that maybe my story inspires someone else
I think it will. I think
to
it
take
will.
a leap of faith.
Definitely. Definitely. Great inspiration. And you guys out there listening, if you have some inspiration to share, please let us know. And don't forget to click the button to sign up so that you don't miss any videos because we have very exciting guests coming up. Yeah, take care.